Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior video blog. I know, well, I got to do this because, well, you kind of come to expect it, or at least some people come to expect it. Every now and again when I'm late with the Road Warrior, I'll actually have people say, what happened? Was there a problem? Do you have computer problems? I'm like, no, I'm just slacking. Sometimes you're just not in the mood, so you just don't. And again, it's not like I'm getting paid to do this, so it's not like there's an importance. I may lose a viewer here and there, but you know what? There aren't that many viewers to begin with. But I know what I should be doing right now, what I don't want to be doing right now, what I never ever want to be doing right now, and that is yard work. It's funny. One of my first paying jobs, if you will, as a kid, and I was probably 14, 15, was mowing lawns. My dad would work with people at the TV station or something like that who were always looking for kids to mow their lawn. So fortunately, they had power mowers because we only had a push mower. When I first started having to mow our lawn as a kid, push mower, and we had these big hills, we were up on hills in Illinois, so I don't even know what you called the hills anymore. House set up a little bit higher, and you had like a rolling hill kind of thing down to the street. That was the way they set up the houses back in the 1800s, I guess, when that house was built. So, I learned how to do all that stuff on a push mower, and I was always thankful that I got somebody's power mower to be able to mow their lawn. And then my first real job, when I turned 16, literally the day I turned 16, was at the golf course, the public golf course in Quincy, Illinois, where I spent my formative years. And I worked as the maintenance kind of grass cutting guy around the clubhouse. Not the country club, but the public golf course. So I wasn't good enough to be on the maintenance crew. I kind of helped out the course pro and made sure to keep around the clubhouse kind of cleaned up and tidied up. And lawn mowing was included there. So I'd have to run out to the shed to get one of the mowers, and they never liked to give me a mower because I wasn't one of them. I lived in apartments for so many years, I didn't have to mow the grass for years, and I was okay with that. Probably, I guess it was that case until we bought our house back in the late 90s, and then I actually went out and bought a mower. First mower I'd actually owned in my life. And man, that thing broke down. We had to have that thing repaired, and not replaced, but it was just such a hot, maybe some Craftsman mower or something like that from Sears. And man, it was just always a hassle. And then when we moved to Tennessee, I finally just paid people to do it. I had a guy come out and paid $25 every couple of weeks to cut the grass. But then he raised his prices, and then I'll be honest with you, it was just like he wasn't coming often enough, and the HOA was getting all upset. So I finally this year went out and bought a mower again. Cheap, $100 and something Craftsman mower or whatever, and it gets the job done. It's not like we have a huge yard, but it is just such a hassle. I spend more time not cutting the grass, but doing the edging and the trimming. And man, I go through those trimmer blades like there's no tomorrow. There's trimmer wires, there's spools, or whatever you call those. Holy cow. That stuff just drives me crazy. And I know some people love the yard work. Some people love getting out there and being amongst nature. And I guess because I'm allergic to grass, that's part of the problem. But number two, I don't like to sweat. I don't like to get dirty. I know I'm such a baby. I'd rather sit here in the air conditioning, just driving down the road, talking to you. If I can get paid, oh wait, I used to get paid for doing that. Back next week, I'm gonna get done here and go back in and get some yard work done. I also need to power wash the back patio too. I've got about 3/4 of that done, and that's just time consuming. Ooh, that's time consuming. Back next week with another Road Warrior. KevinMason.us, our home on the internet, as well as Facebook. You can find us on, I throw them up on my The Kevin Mason page. My fan page, if you will. There are no fans. I throw it up there just to have something to throw up there. I don't often put them up on my personal Kevin Mason profile. Don't know why. I don't know if anybody cares. But I also throw them up on YouTube too, on my Kevin Mason Music YouTube page. I think it's on the Kevin Mason Music YouTube page. Whatever. Again, if you go into YouTube, in the search, type in Road Warrior Kevin Mason, you'll find him. Same thing with Facebook, Road Warrior Kevin Mason. Don't ever just do Road Warrior though, because you get the Road Warrior wrestler guys or something else. You don't get me. I'm not that popular. Back next week. Wherever you're finding us this week is the easiest place to find us again next week. That way you don't have to search. Back next week with another Road Warrior. Thanks so much. See ya.